Hi guys, Major Painter Al here. The other day I put on my Instagram story a poll for either which kill team I should do in my next video. And out of those options, we had Space Marines and we had Terminators. Reluctantly, Terminators won. Kind of was hoping for it, but still, Terminators won. So today we'll be doing Terminators. Let's get straight into it. Like and subscribe. If you don't like my content, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you haven't seen my stories or my posts on Instagram, go give it a follow. It's in the link below. Let's get.
I started this by clipping out all the Terminators from their sprues. With the new from the new Leviathan box, the Terminators are a lot different than I expected. They're much larger in size now, and with the new Terminator Captain, they're quite an intimidating force. With the way I've done these, I followed them by the instructions as supposed, as it is all push fit. Which does mean I do have a problem with trying to kit bash with future models, since Games Workshop has just started moving into more push fit models than glue models. Which, I mean, personally, it is good for people who don't like using glue, yes, but for people like me who like to kit bash and change up stuff and make it our own minis, it is a bit of a letdown. But I'm sure we can. Us kit bashers of the Warhammer 40k hobby can hopefully find ways to kit bash these again, or hopefully Games Workshop makes a more secondary box that you do not need a push fit, because otherwise it is going to be very hard for us kit bashers to kit bash your parts. I mean, we can do small things like change arms out, possibly the legs if you're really willing to do that, but it is quite a difficult conversion. Don't get me wrong, I do love the poses and noise and all the heroic poses and everything, and the statues and the details in them. I really do enjoy them, but I do like the feeling of building my own mini from what Games Workshop has given me as inspiration, and then transferring that into my own design. It feels good. It's an awesome feeling to do. But as we see, Games Workshop is moving towards push fit, so we'll make it work, I guess. Here I am in the video, is just cleaning up all sprue tabs and mold lines. Just getting it all, make sure it all fits. As long as everything fits, it works well. These will be mighty fine additions to my snow walls. Also, later on in the video, I do not show the full painting process, as I have noticed a lot of you tend to stop watching during those periods. So I'm going to give it a bit, I'm going to change it up to show more of the build and maybe less of the painting, unless you guys want that. If you do want more painting, please let me know, comment down below. And while you're down there, like and subscribe if you haven't already. With these new Terminators, to be personal, I wanted to give them a better feeling, a bit of a feeling in the snow walls. So I've thought Terminators in snow walls really aren't necessary, as they are not a full force fighting legion. They can fight them. They can fight absolutely. As a chapter, they do not pursue a combat though. If you threaten the Snowwall's sanctuary, they will happily return fire, and they will return fire with a violent rage behind it, and then pursue you until you are no longer. With that, Terminators, they're not the fastest. Usually their best tactic is teleport in, cause havoc, get out. That's basically it. And yes, I do understand that is the idea of a Terminator, basically indestructible unit that is still movable. within reason. But all I can really see Terminators being in the future for like the Snow Wolves and everything are more defense units of the sanctuary, standing on the walls or at the gates or anything. And that's all I can truly see. I can see them as like each individual would be of like, not all of them will be Snow Wolves, I can tell you that. Then not all Terminators can be given a veteran class in the Snow Wolves. So, I mean, they'll have crazy stories of defeating worthy opponents in pursuit of the Terminator armor, and then changing it into the Snow Wolves armor. But along that is basically it. They're just good storytellers and offensive units. And with the new Leviathan, this is going to probably be a lot. I mean, it has a lot of flamethrower dudes, which will be in a future video. I don't know when exactly. I've been waiting on a particular part I need to work with my flamers, and even my veteran class, my Grey Wolves. But until I get that pass, I'll probably have to stop doing Space Marine videos and probably have to work on my Tyranids, which I'm going to give the name Ironback Tyranid, which is a kind of my version on a Tyranid. It's a Tyranid that's able to take the minerals and resources inside whatever they eat. So let's say they eat a guardsman. They can take the iron, they mainly take the iron from the blood and parts of the body, and then put it into the carapace along with the calcium, making a calcium and iron fused carapace. Personally, I just think it sounds cool, and it would be a unique detail with silver along black, along the carapaces and everything. With a nice red skin and white bone undertone with white bones. People may not like it. I don't mind it. I'm not a big fan of Tyranids personally, but I do love the quality of their models. But I'll get more into them when I make their videos. Here I am just finishing up on constructing the rest of the Terminators. And with such, personally, I do love these newer Terminators, especially the one with the I always forget the name, plasma cannon. I always forget what they call it. Basically the plasma minigun, or the 75 caliber minigun. I always forget what they call it. I do personally like it, as it reminds me of the General Thrawn from Star Wars. Anyone who knows Star Wars knows who he is, will understand what I mean. He was known for carrying around I think it was an M1 laser gun, machine gun or something. I don't remember the technical term, but it was a minigun he used to run around with in the shows. I was a big fan of him, liked him. He personally feel badass to me, but yeah. So I kind of do enjoy the that character, but all the newer figures in the Leviathan, especially the Terminators, are all awesome figures, well sculpted, well made. Very little mold lines, to be personally honest. I haven't found very many mold lines. They'll just basically push, fit, down, ready, go. Of course, there are some mold lines, but not a lot. I would be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised with Games Workshop's quality getting better. I would enjoy it if they lowered their prices down, because the Leviathan box was a hefty price to pay, but it has been enjoyable. If they lowered the prices, it'd be a lot better. I may even possibly have to start looking towards third-party sources, maybe even 3D printing. But I'll get to that point when I get to it. Here I am starting to paint to the to my new Snow Wolves Terminators. I'm using a mummy robes and pure white, I believe it is, of the army painter's range. Mixing it together to use as a nice dry brush all over it. As most people will know, I do a lot of I base coat them with a dry brush just to add that texture, because these snow wolves, they ain't a very well funded faction, so therefore a lot of their stuff is hastily painted on, and if it isn't hastily painted on, they're a very important character or a hero figure. But other than that, it's really just hastily painted on with dry brushing. Here you can see me remove the answers for better access. I believe my Terminators will probably be the better painted versions of my full-fledged Terminators, as I do have a few I still need to paint, and a lot of you will probably notice, if you have seen my earlier videos, you would notice I have a small full-scale Terminators, well, worse full-scale, that I haven't finished. I will probably get around to doing that eventually. If you guys really want me to do them, let me know, let me DM me on Instagram, or leave a comment in videos. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I will be more than happy to push forward and do them. And here are the reveals. As you can see, they're not of the fanciest things, and I do not tend for them.
I hope you guys have enjoyed my video today with painting this Terminator squad. I know there's only 3, but I found out recently there have been new changes to have 3 soldiers, 3 Terminators instead of 5. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Also, I've got a challenge for all of you at home. I have this kit. It's a Tyranid, and I want to copy these wings. If you know any good ways to either mold or sculpt these types of wings, let me know in the comments. DM me on Instagram. I don't mind. I'm happy for it. Let me know, because I really would like to do this for a project for the channel. Alright, thanks for watching. See you guys later.